2 legs in my hand, and I'm ready to set it up. So now we're going to do legs and center pole. We're just going to do 2 legs to have it half set up the center pole, and the flag will be done in this part here. Friendly reminder: you'll be with a partner working together. Remember, it's all about angles. Just get it in there straight, and you won't have a problem. If it's not going in, then just shake it till it's straight, till you find the angle. Most tents have this kind of locking system for the legs, so I'm going to show you how to open them and close them. They have a little latch in there, you can see on the top. When you close it, you can see the latch bouncing. It doesn't allow it to go back down without being released. So to release it, what you do is get your finger in there, pull it down to make it open, keep it open, and then pull on it the other direction on the other side of the rope, and now release it. No problem. Here I'm lifting the second leg. You'll be working with a partner. Don't lift it alone like I am. This is just for training purposes. Notice how the fabric's on the outside of the leg, not on the inside, and the rope's on the outside. Foot doesn't really matter where it is. It'll work out fine any direction. Here I'm taking the tarp out to get ready to put in the center pole. Here comes the center pole. First thing you got to do is just get that thinner part of the top of the center pole through that hole. Then wait for your partner to come, and he'll put the flag on the other side. For training purposes, I'm going to run around and do it myself. It's much easier with a partner. I'm going to lay out a protector or anything to protect the roof. Usually we have one of these kicking around because we're doing so many tents in one day. Put the flag on, tell your partner everything's fine, then you're safely off the roof. The next step is to hook up the center pole onto the cables. There's a metal strip at the bottom of the center pole that needs to be placed directly onto the top cable. It always goes on the top cable first and the bottom cable second. So the top cable is the one that goes underneath the metal strip. So once the metal strip is connected, it will glide on the first cable, and that will go in towards the center, where the second cable is eventually tucked underneath. Please keep your hands away. This is a pinch point. You'll see that my hands never come close to the pinch points. I just know what I'm doing. I know where to push, and I keep my hands far away from it. Please watch someone in person who has experience doing this until you're comfortable. I'm signaling here that sometimes there's straps that connect the poles to the roof. So sometimes you'll see that, and sometimes you don't. Next step is the last 2 legs. Move and straighten. You always want to move the tent and then straighten the legs to make it look perfect. Put in the third leg. Reminder, you'll have a partner. Don't do that alone. This is just for training purposes. The roof always goes on the outside of the leg to not get tangled. Then the foot is attached along the loop. Tighten it just enough to have tension. You don't got to do it really tight. And now the fourth leg, the last leg. Fabric on the outside. Attach the foot. Hook up the strap to the foot. Tighten it just enough. And now you can start moving the tent where it needs to go. If you have 2 or 3 or 4 guys, you can move the tent very easily. I can move it slowly, 1 leg at a time, but 4 guys will do it much better. Between 4 guys, you can lift the whole tent and carry it. Sometimes you have tents that don't have those straps that you just saw me connect, so you're forced to use ratchet straps like you saw in the beginning of the film. I'll show you how to do that now. This is a recap of what you saw in the beginning. Just come through. Thread the ratchet through. just fell off the foot there, so I'm going to go back and fix it. It should only take a few cranks because there shouldn't be any looseness in it in the first place. I'm going to tuck away the extra strap to make it look pretty. And there we go. Tent's done. Now it's time for weights, spikes, or sandbags. We're going to be using one or a couple options with every single tent setup. Now we're going to do those security weights, spikes, or sandbags. This is to hold down the tent. You're going to be using one or multiple options on every tent setup. So let's show you what that looks like. First, I'm going to do a spike as an example. I keep my fingers away from the spike, my toes away from the spike, major pinch point, knock it all the way in, on an angle is best. Now you're going to see the bags. Bags go behind the string or the strap that holds the roof to the foot. This is why we don't tighten that strap too much at the beginning. Leave a little room. Here you see the blocks. Once we get the pallet jack off the truck, we move it as close as we can to the work area. Sometimes we got to use a two-wheel dolly to finish the trip. So I'm going to show you how. This is a little secret that I was taught over my years of experience working with the tents, is you could really easily transport the blocks if you have a rope and use the rope tension as a third lever to tilt the block as you lean into it. And it gets the block off the ground into the dolly without it falling off. Here I'm just attaching the block to the tent with a ratchet strap. It's the largest version of the ratchet strap that we carry. I thread it through the block, hook it up to the tent, ratchet it close, shake the tent, pull it a little closer to really get it tight, and then zip away the excess strap. And there you go. There you have it. A 20 by 20 tent. Ready for a party, wedding, or any kind of event. The final step and optional step, walls and gutters. Let's get started. The key and the secret to doing walls is to hook up the two top corners to take the weight off the wall itself, because hanging up each one individually requires you to lift the wall in kind of an awkward position on a ladder. It's not that bad, but it's just a lot easier if you get the two end straps on and the middle straps on. There's two in the middle. It doesn't really matter if you get one or both, but might as well just do both, let's just say that. And then you do the ones in between and there'll be a lot less weight hanging off of the material. And then there's straps along the side. I think four buckles, and they just thread through and buckle just to hold on to the ends to make it tight and nice, to make a wall structure. And once you have those first straps I told you about hooked up, you can just hook up any other ones. Just go in order to make it smooth, make it easy for yourself. Travel from one side to the other. You will probably need a ladder. They call me the ladder, so I don't need a ladder. I just reach up there. Just go for that NBA dunk. Here you can see me, I just skipped a few because I'm moving to the middle because there's a little too much weight. Why even fight it, regardless of how big you are? And now that the middle's set up, the two ends are set up, I finish off everything in between. You'll do that to one side if that's what the client wants, or all four. We have different styles of walls. Some with doors, some with windows, some see-through. Here you see the gutter. This goes between two tents, so there's no rain or water or drippage coming down through the middle of the event, through the middle of two tents. It acts like a gutter that you see on a house that carries the water and dumps it off to one side in one designated spot so no one gets wet. It hooks up just like a wall. It has straps along the top and one strap on each side at the ends, and that's on the inside and the outside, because it hooks up the inside of one tent and then the inside of another tent, and there's the strap on the end. So that's 4 straps at the ends and a bunch of straps that hold onto the perimeter poles at the top with the Velcro, just like the walls. And it's very simple. It's just like the walls. If I had another tent, it'd be right there. I'd connect that side onto it on the inside of the next tent, the neighboring tent. And that would take away the water, funnel it out either end of the tent. Well, there you have it. 20 by 20 tent with some of the options like wall and gutter. And now you're well on your way to becoming a tentologist. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for listening. Thanks for following along. Thanks for playing this. My name's Kev from Millennium Tents. Till next time, have a good one. Good luck and be safe.